second. Sound check, sound check. Sound check, are we live? Give me a second. And good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Alright, we are live everybody. Today it's Monday. Yeah, we have a different time today. I'm sorry, we're going to have... Now it's 9 a.m. my time, but it's going to be 9:30 my time. Yeah, I'm sorry everybody, today we're starting 30 minutes before. Okay everybody? Alright, one more time, good morning, good evening, good afternoon students and traders all around the world. This is Mike the FX Boss, broadcasting live on YouTube and Teams, the other streaming platform. Never forget, trading is a learnable skill when you learn in the correct way. We just had the first day of learn how to make big money as a trader, everybody. The goal is to bring you from zero to a millionaire trader in 3 years in an institutional way. What does this mean? As always, you're first an analyst, everybody, and then you become a trader, okay? If you didn't receive the free manual, please ask for it, everybody. It's for free, it doesn't cost you a cent. And this is another little book of trading secrets, everybody. Okay, yeah, it's also for free. Alright everybody, you're going to graduate from this course when you have your chart set up and ready for trading. Number 2, you have a strategy in place, you understand why you win, why you lose. And number 3, you have a complete understanding on how this market works. And yes, number 2, you have a complete understanding of how this market works, so you can analyze the market and make an educated prediction. Today we're going to work on number 3 because you cannot chart candlestick formations or Japanese candlesticks, everybody. Risk disclaimer, this stream is not trading or investment advice. We are here to learn. Okay? Follow our analysts on demand shows where you can ask questions and find entries, everybody. I'm going to change the layout in this week, you know. It's going to be trader session or trading session, you know, something like this. Alright? Okay everybody, so from the manual we are in, not the lesson, but talking about chapters. We are in module 2, which is called timing and retracement trading. Okay? We just finished support, resistance, pivot points. Okay? And today we are going to use trading view, just because I need to show some things, everybody, charting wise, you know. Okay, everybody, give me a second. FXP. Alright. Forex is a little bit more difficult to do this stuff, you know. It's not right or wrong, but anyway, you know. Okay, give me a second. What we're going to learn today. Join the founder, Mike, in lesson 31, where you're going to learn how to understand and interpret Japanese candlesticks. Japanese candlesticks are timing indicator, but also tradable pattern, everybody. You know, okay? So far, right? So far, you have directional tools / indicators, everybody. And give me a second, I want to double click, where to go, double click, click. I'm not seeing the, oh there you go, 32. We have directional tools, everybody, and then we have the timing tools, right? Alright. And then we have what are called timing tools. Timing. Give me a second, everybody. We have what is called timing tools / indicators. Okay? Timing tools indicator, we have counter trend line break, which you've learned. Today we are going to learn candlesticks formations, and then we are going to have crowns. Okay, and here we have, you know, the market structure. Then we have the short term trends, then we have trend lines. All right, everybody? Identifying market structure and short-term trends, you know, this is going to give you the direction, right? Uptrend line, downtrend line, you know. But talking about entries, you know, is, you know, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then bam, this would be the counter trend line break example. And starting from today, here you would have, you know, some kind of bullish, you know, candlestick formation. There is no right or wrong anyway on the strategy, something like this, okay? Bom dia, Enrique, Filé, how are you? Good morning. All right, everybody. So the sign language of the market, okay? Now talking about candles and candlestick formations, okay? You are going to have, so the anatomy of a candle. It's today's lesson, everybody. Okay? Anatomy of a candle. So you have the body. Give me a second. You have the body, and body equalize decision, and is going to be big, small, or no decision. All right, this is one. You have the body, okay, and then you have the what is called the wick. Hopefully my English is correct, everybody. Wick or tail. All right, which equals to pressure, and you have bullish and or bullish or bearish. All right, everybody. Yes, Max. No, there's no right or wrong. So let's have the bodies, right? We're going to have this body, and then we're going to have this body, and then we're going to have this body, right? Just give me a second, everybody. Okay, something like this. Okay, now this is going to have just the, it's not point about the wick, you know, but about the tail, you know. Sometimes they're like this, you know, and like this, and you know, sometimes it's like this. Can you see, everybody? No, it's not bullish or bearish. Focus on the body. Focus on the body, everybody, of the first candle. What do you think? Is the first candle, is this a strong decision? Is this a small decision? So is this a big decision, strong decision? Is this a small decision, or is this no decision? What do you think? Enrique on YouTube, I'm not sure how is your English. No sé cómo que está teu inglês o meu inglês. You know. The first candle, everybody, is this the big decision, small decision, or no decision? Yeah, I'm going to wait first for student traders on YouTube, everybody. Okay. No, we're going to talk about everybody bullish, so on themes, right? Max is telling bullish. We're not talking about direction, we're talking about the decision. Alright. Golden nugget, everybody. Golden nugget. It's not a rule. Golden nugget and concept, okay? A single candle is not a representation of a direction. Candlestick formations, not a single candle, you know, are the timing signal. Okay? Max said on Teams, everybody, that oh, this is bullish. Not true. Make sense, everybody? You need to understand that candles and candlestick formations are two different things, all right? Exactly. Candle is just one. Candlestick formations we're going to learn from the manual. Exactly. So this is a big decision, right? Now, what is this candle? Is this a strong decision, small decision? And see, everybody, here you're learning about the dojis, right? Dojis are no decision candles. Make sense? When you see a doji, the market is undecided. This is why the candlestick formations are the sign language of the market. Does this make sense? Retornei para acompanhar início acelerado. Alright, all good. So everybody, big body, it's a big decision. Small body, it's a small decision. And here it's no decision. So you learning the probabilities, right? It doesn't really matter buy or sell, but okay, now that we are going up, you know, and let's say that this is green, which is a representation of bulls. Okay, so is it better for you to buy after the strong decision candle? Is it better for you to buy after the small decision candle, or is it better for you to buy after a no decision candle? There is no right or wrong. We're talking about probabilities, everybody. Make sense? Boss, does Darwinex still work? Yes, I believe still works. I believe still works. We had yesterday, we had a meeting with Axie. We need to think a little bit and talk about between the traders, you know. So far, Darwinex is still our main player. Okay. Let me check. Darwinex Zero. Everybody, Darwinex Zero. Give me a second. Oh, under maintenance. Alright, here doesn't work, and give me a second here, everybody. Maybe it's Darwinex Zero. No, still under maintenance. Alright, we're going to come back later. Yeah, that's why maybe it doesn't work, you know, they're under maintenance. Alright, everybody, back to here. No, candlestick formations are a timing signal, not everybody, golden nugget and concept. A single candle is not a representation of a direction. Candlestick formations, not a single candle, are the timing signal. We're going to check the market. We just need to cover, right? You can backtest this, absolutely, everybody. Okay, now we have tails, right? So let's say that you have a body like this, and a body like this, and a body like this, everybody. Okay, now how would you understand this candle? Now it's all about the tail. How would you understand this candle, and how would you understand this candle? Type in the chat. Is everything, now we are talking about direction, right? Talking about pressure. Everybody, is the first one bullish pressure or bearish pressure? Boss, what does this mean, bullish pressure? Okay, so we're going to check the candles, everybody. So this candle to close, can you see it here? This candle to close, it doesn't really matter 5-minute chart, 50-minute chart, 1-hour chart, 2-hour chart, 7-minute chart, daily chart. This candle, until it closes, it was moving like this and up and down and up and down. You know, it's doing something like this, and then it went up and up and up and up and bam, closed. This means that the body of the candle went down, 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 meaning the bears were trying to take control, but then the bulls smacked the bears, pushed up, 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 and closed in here. Makes sense? So this is why it's bullish pressure. Makes sense? The bears went like, you're going to see a candle, everybody's going to do something like down, 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 moving up and down, and something like this, and then bam. So the bulls won in here, okay? Now logically this is a bearish pressure because the market, you know, the bulls and bears are fighting for control. It goes up in here. So to the maximum extension of the candle, then when it retraces, the body is going to leave a wick behind. Make sense? And it says bullish, exactly. That's a bullish. What about this one? You know, it's going to up and up, you know, and doing like this, and it's going to the maximum extension. It's going to extend, and as far as it races go down, 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 it's going to leave the wick behind. This is bullish pressure. Now this is bearish pressure. Okay? What is this one? And the most interesting, everybody, now talking about decision making, you know, bullish and bearish are easy, right? So what if you have this candle, or you have this candle, and or you have this candle? Give me a second. Give me a second, like this. Okay? Those three candles, everybody, who is winning? Let's see how smart you are. Who is winning in here? Todd on team saying nobody's winning. Max is saying nobody's winning. Marcus saying nobody's winning. Maxine, Jean-Paul, Paul says nobody's winning. Agreed. Maxine says nobody's winning. Agreed, everybody. Here, bullish, it doesn't really matter how is the body. Small decision, strong, big decision, or no decision. Bulls and bears are equal here. Okay? Now, I know some gurus are going to tell you, oh, because it's green, it's buy. No. I mean, there is no right or wrong, but even if this is green or red, strong decision, you know, this is a low probability candle. Make sense, everybody? Talking about probabilities, the best candles are the ones who have a huge long tail or wick, and then also huge body. You know, this is a decision candle. Makes sense, everybody? This is an indecision candle. You know, decision, bears are winning. Decision, yes, bulls are winning. But this is indecision candle. Even it has a great body, big body, it's still an indecision candle. You know, and this is also, of course, the doji, it's an indecision candle, right? Now, for the purpose of this exercise, everybody, we are going to go here now on the, let's find another one which is more, give me a second, everybody, let's see who it's trending most. It's all the same, CHF against Canada CHF, alright. Let's go to Canada CHF, everybody. Canada CHF, it's trending, right? And we go here to, I'm going to delete this one. Let's go to the 1 minute chart. Okay, everybody. I want you to see how the candle forms Can you see what it's doing right now? Alright, we are on Canada CHF 1 minute chart. Can you see, everybody, how the market leaves the tail the wick? It goes up and then as it retraces, it leaves the tail. Can you see it? Who is winning so far? Can you see, everybody, how interesting it is? You know, it went down, right? It went down, 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 this candle here, and then it went back, back, up, up, up. So bullish pressure, and then the market went up, 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 up. Bulls were winning so far, but then it closed bearish pressure. It closed down, right? Can you see it, everybody? Now look at this body. You know, it's going down, and as it retraces, it leaves a tail or a wick. Can you see? Boss, why it's going up, why it's going down? One candle is not a representation of a direction. Never forget this. Some of you are too attached to candles. You are buying one candle. One candle means nothing, everybody. Make sense? It's the convergences of multiple factors. One candle and even candlestick formations, you know. One candle means nothing. But look in here, everybody, see how it moves? You know, it went down. Look at the tail, right? Can you see it? It was a doji, now it's moving up. Yes, Todd, we are on the 1 minute time frame just for you to see. Can you see how it moves up and down? Now let's have fun, everybody. I've never been on 15 seconds. Let's see, 15-second chart. Can you see up and down? It's too fast, right, for you to understand? Can you see it went up and leave the tail below? No, we don't. No, please, come on, everybody. You know, 15 seconds. This is not for human beings, all right? Don't you dare even think about. Okay. Scalpers, 5 minute chart, extremely difficult. 15-minute chart doable, but can you see the noise, everybody, about candles and everything? If you want to learn, I mean, 1 minute, it's alright, you know, it's 1 minute. Can you see, everybody? It went up, 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 and down. Bearish pressure. Let's see what is going to happen on the next one. Bearish pressure. Can you see it, everybody? Bearish pressure, bullish pressure, small decision. Let's see what is going to happen next. So far the bears are winning, but with a small decision. Boss, why it's going up or down? One candle means nothing, everybody. Makes sense? Don't confuse candles with candlestick formations. Look in here, everybody. You had a bearish pressure. Now the market went down, closed bullish. It went up a little bit and then up and down. All right? Candles are not the representation of direction, everybody. Can you see? It went down, and if it retraces, it's going to leave a tail. It's going to leave a wick. Can you see it, everybody? All right. Now, if we go back to here, or like Schwarzenegger said, here. Give me a second. I believe we were on the. Oh, it was EuroCAD, right? I need to go back to EuroCAD. Everybody, give me a second. I need to go to. I believe it's with EuroCAD, if I'm not mistaken. EuroCAD. There you go. Okay, give me a second. John, you're late. Okay. From the manual so far, everybody, you learn directional tools or indicators. Market structure is going to give you direction. Short-term trends are going to give you direction. trend lines are going to give you direction on all time frames, long time frame, short time frame, monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hours. And then you are learning now timing tools or indicators. Okay, counter trend line break, you know, it's a timing tool, enter to time to enter. Candlestick formations are a timing tool, you know. Crowns you didn't learn yet. Make sense? Hello Nandozi, how are you? Todd is asking, boss, what are support, resistance, pivot points? Support, resistance, pivot points are not directional tools and are not a timing indicator. Support, resistance, pivot points are areas of potential reversals. Well, yeah, Todd, you're right. You know, we can put here support, resistance, pivot point, because we expect the market to retrace or reverse, right? Yeah, right, Todd. Yeah, I agree with you. We should cover this too. Okay, everybody. So this is one. John, you are late. Golden nugget, everybody. If you want to take a picture, you know. Golden nugget and concept. A single candle is not a representation of a direction, everybody. Just because you see a body, you know, and or a tail pressure, this doesn't mean that the market is going to go your direction. It's the convergence, the confluence, if you want another vocabulary. Okay. John, body is going to show you the decision. It could be big, small, or no decision, everybody. And of course, in probability terms, better to buy a bullish candle after the big decision, right, everybody? I mean, this is common sense, right? And then we have the tails, the wick which measure pressure. Long wick on the upside, bearish pressure, bears are winning. Long wick on the downside, bullish pressure, the bulls are winning. And here it's nobody's winning with a small decision, nobody's winning even if it's a strong decision, and of course the doji candle, nobody's winning because it's no decision. Okay? Yes, tomorrow we have another lesson. Now, how candlestick formation, so this is anatomy of, I mean, it's no big deal, right, everybody? Nothing special in here, if you ask me, you know. Now, how do candlestick formations form? Okay, candlestick formations form from 3 candles on average, okay, from 3 candles where one candle is trying to give a sequence to another candle. Okay, everybody? So if I have a candle like this, example, and let's color code this in red, you know, to be like it's going down, it's bearish, right? No, I have white and blue, there is no right or wrong. Most of you guys have red and green, right? For me it's blue and white, it doesn't really matter. Okay, and give me a second. Okay, so candlestick formations form from 3 candles and one candle is trying to give a sequence to another candle. So if I have this candle with this huge big tail on the upside and the red body, you know, and then I have the something, give me a second, everybody, and then I have this one. Right, let's see, it's a small tail, and now this is, it's a huge body, and this is green, and then we have something like this, example, right? Those are examples, okay, everybody? So how Yes, Japanese candlesticks are the sign language of the market. How would you now understanding what you've learned, that the body means a decision and the tail it's pressure, you know, but now you're learning that candlestick formations form from 3 candles on average, where one candle is trying to give a sequence to another candle. How would you read those 3 candles knowing what you know? No, you don't need to read. No, John, no. If you ask me, everybody, you don't need to remember the names. You know, shooting star, hammer, 3 black crows, the soldier. You know, these days they're inventing names. We have the abandoned baby coming. Come on, you know. There is nothing new under the sun. Believe me, nothing new. We're trying to invent hot water. You know, like the legendary trader Jesse Livermore was not even on Forex back in time. It didn't exist. He was telling everybody, after 200 years of stock market history, believe me, there is nothing new there. I mean, you know, how the market behaves, why you win, why you lose. Does this make sense, everybody? People are always trying, exactly, people are always trying to invent hot water, you know. They're inventing new systems, new robots, you know, new methodologies, whatever, you know. There is nothing new under the sun, if you ask me. 90% of these things that even doesn't work, you know. There is still 90% failure rate all around the world. What do you think is this? They're going to sell you golden unicorns and robots, and they're going to sell you the, in my opinion, the freaking smart money concept bullshit course. You know, repackaging the knowledge with another vocabulary, you know, telling you stories. Okay, not at all. It's my belief. Am I entitled to my opinion? You know, there is nothing new under the sun. Believe me. I mean, who am I to talk to? I mean, you know. Nandozi, how would you read, you know, how would you read this? No, everybody, I'm not against smart money. You know, if it works for you, use it. What can I tell you? It's a hoax for me, and I explained you why, you know. But if you like it, I mean, you know, there is no right or wrong. If it helps you, use it. But I'm telling you, there is nothing new under the sun for you to learn, you know. In terms of, oh, there is a new technique, new methodology, whatever. Hedge fund trading, Enrique, hedge fund trading, Nandozi, how would you read this? If this is a sequence, everybody try to understand what is this candle trying to do, and what happened, and what is this candle trying to do, and what happened. If one candle is trying to give a sequence to another candle, so exactly. This candle in here, it's small decision and small bearish pressure. Agreed, everybody? So it's small. Therefore, the next one is huge bullish pressure, but still small decision, right? Can you see, everybody? So many times, not always, but 7 times out of 10 on the daily, those 2 candles are going to produce this one. Not every single time. And this is where a candle, now this is already a candlestick formation. Make sense? Candlestick formations are the sign language of the market. Now this is a formation. This is therefore a timing signal. Make sense, everybody? Comencé a entender. Nandozi, the bulls are in control. Exactly. So you don't need to understand names, you know. So of course there are the cliche, you know, you have double tops, you know, the cliches, double tops, you know, huge. You have huge tail above and you have another huge tail above, you know, this is double tops, right? Or you have double bottoms too. Okay, how the candlestick formation form. And let's say a bearish, you know, you would have a small decision, you know, and a huge wick, example. Then you're going to have up in here, you're going to have a doji, you know. Everybody, you are smart, right? What do you think is going to happen? Yes, this is predictable to a degree. On the hard time frames, everybody, we're talking about daily, you know. The 1 hour, it's noise and everything, you know. Still doable, but challenging, you know. When you see something like this, do you predict that next one is going to be a, give me a second, do you predict that next one is going to be a bullish candle, or do you predict that next one is going to be a bearish candle? Which one do you believe is going to happen next? If you understand that candles are trying to give a sequence, one candle is trying to give a sequence to another. You have strong bullish pressure, small decision, the next one is the doji. What is the market trying to tell you in here? Example. I'm going to delete this one and delete this one, everybody, and alright, so this compared to this, everybody, give me a second. Alright, candlestick formation are the sign language of the market. Alright, so those two candles compared to those two candles, this is not the same. Make sense, everybody? No, this is not a strategy, John. So when you see this plus a doji, which is indecision, no bulls, no bear, it's winning. You know, not always, but 7 times out of 10, you know, on average, this is going to appear. Make sense, everybody? Can you see how it's giving a sequence? One candle is trying to give a sequence. One candle is trying to give a sequence, you know, and then you might have another, just an example, you must have another, you must have you can have another doji in here, give me a second, you know, and another doji in here, you know, give me a second, come on, trading view. And then finally is going to happen, this one is going to happen. Example, right? Example. Boss, how do we know the language of a candle in terms of pressure and decision? Nandozi, we just covered, you were just late. Can you see? The decision, its body is the representation. The body is the representation of the decision, which is big, small, or no decision in here. And the tail, the wick, if it's on the upside, it's bearish pressure. If it's on the downside, it's bullish pressure. And this is, even though it's small body, small decision, big body, big decision, or no body, no, this is, you know, all of those are undecision. Talking about pressure, because here bulls and bears are equal. Here bulls and bears are equal. And here bulls and bears are equal. Okay, everybody? And before we finish for today, everybody, I have 7 more minutes. If we go to EuroCAD, right, and I'm going to remove the drawings, just an example, now whatever be the case. What can we do not to be too complicated? All right, back in time, right, everybody? Fair enough. You could have the, we are here now. You can already extend the trend line, right? Just an example. Okay, and okay, everybody, what do you think is going to happen next? Try to read the 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to read this candle, this candle, this candle, this candle. Exactly, Javan is saying the market is trying to tell us that there is no direction, bears and bulls are at the moment. Exactly. What is going to happen next, everybody? How do you read those? Remember, one candle means nothing. One candle is not a representation of direction. Okay. So how would you read this? What is going to happen next? What are the candles trying to tell you in terms of decision and pressure? And of course direction, right? You have decision, pressure, and direction. Meaning, are they moving up or down? Okay, everybody? Sometimes the market is going to have fun with you guys. Is going to do this, and this, and this. And you are going to have a bearish candle. I cannot do it like, okay, so you are going to have a bearish candle, and bearish candle, and bearish candle, with bearish pressure, and bearish pressure, and bearish pressure, and the market is going to go up and up and up. Sometimes the market does this, Okay, it's not an exact science, everybody. That's why I'm telling you one candles means nothing. It's the convergence, is the confluence of all of the candles. Okay. Todd on YouTube says, well, buy long. Let's see. All right. What is happening here? Who is winning in terms of pressure, bulls or bears? The market's moving up, exactly. Who is winning here, bulls or bears? Well, bulls are winning because it's going up, but bears are trying to bring the market down, right? And the bulls smack the bears, right? And so far, bam, what about now? Everybody, if you would short the market because of this candle, would you do the right thing or a wrong thing? Boss, I don't understand the question. If you would short the market because of one bearish candle, would this be the right thing to do? Or we're talking concepts, this is not a strategy. How many candles we are supposed to be reading? There is no right or wrong. Somebody's going to read 3 candles, somebody's going to read 4, 5. Nandozi. Candlestick formations, everybody, from the manual. Candlestick formations from the manual. Or you can Google it, this is not mine, everybody. These pictures are from the internet. Can you see here? Candlestick formations. If you go on Google, right, and you write candlestick formations, Forex market, images, there is no right or wrong, I just pick one, but it was simplified. Try not to, I would go with 5, there is no right or wrong anyway. Yeah, looking here is too many, 20, no, they're trying to invent hot water, really, But you cannot understand candlestick formations, everybody, unless you understand the anatomy of a candle, which is decision plus the pressure. Make sense? The wrong thing, exactly. Okay, now what happens next? You know, see everybody? Now just sometimes this market is going to push down. And this is where you believe you are smart and you believe that you're going to win just because of one candle. When obviously it's not true. Make sense, everybody? One more. One more. One more. One more. Can you see everybody? What is this? What are those candles? Can you see here? Indecision, bearish pressure, indecision, bearish pressure. You know, it's a waiting game. Small decision, bulls and bears almost equally. Bam, strong bulls. Can you see everybody? So does the open and close of the candle matter? No, doesn't matter. Everybody, you can ask more about candles, Javen. Javen is an expert of candles and candlestick formations. He researched this a lot, I mean, you know. Okay, everybody? But this is where we're trying to tell you that the market is trying to tell you, you know, 1, 2, 3. You can, this is not an entry yet, but 1, 2, 3. If this market now goes bullish, bam, this is now the candlestick formation, makes sense? It went down, bulls took control, and here is now the big decision with a small tail, you know. Can you see it, everybody? This is a book, textbook entry. Textbook entry. Can you see? 1, 2, you don't need to learn the name. No, don't bother, Todd, with the hammer, morning star, shooting. You don't need. Just try to learn and understand. You know. I mean, from the manual, if you want. You know. Give me a second. I found this on the internet, everybody, not mine. So try to just learn this, you know, 1, 2, 3, or you don't need to learn the bearish shooting star and the bearish evening star or bearish engulfing candle. Okay, everybody? Okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, engulfing candle, you know, it's easy to understand, easy to spot, easy to obey. We're going to talk more tomorrow, right, everybody? Homework, study candlestick formations from the manual. All right. Lesson 30. I'm sorry, you know, it's not pushing the pages, but from the manual, everybody study the concepts. All right. See you back tomorrow. Tomorrow we have 1 hour later the class. Today I didn't have time, everybody. I mean, I don't have time. I need to go. Tomorrow we have 10:30, you know, as usual, Brazilian time. Okay, everybody? Until tomorrow, stay strong and chart candles like a boss. Never forget you're the boss of your own account. This is the boss. Signing off. See you tomorrow.